man, congratulations. You won the fight, by the way. I had to take a fight for you. You won that fight.
Hey.
Enjoy the victory.
If the money fight, could Dank be next? Or that's not next?
Got to see. I'll go back and talk to my team, see what makes the most sense. Like I said, it was very tough for me to make the weight. I've always said that, but you know, this time was tougher than last. I was more disciplined this camp. I had a longer time with my chef, but like I said, I'm outgrowing the lightweight division, and you know, even though Tank is a massive fight, we all know that. It's just going to come that time where I got to move up. And he's fought at 140 before, so maybe we get on at 140.
I talked to Shakur outside, you know, shortly after his out, and he said he was willing to activate that mandatory.
Yeah, I mean, as he should. He could have been activated it.
Devin, Ryan Garcia was in the crowd. Do you think he was scouting you for a potential fight at 140?
I don't know. You know, Brian's been my mandatory before, so.
You think with his winner with Derek
Yeah, I think Derek will make him better for sure.
Is anyone on the hit list at 140, like the winner of T.O. and Taylor?
Very much possible. We gotta see.
Hey, Devin, congratulations.
Easier route Rolly at 140, easy belt.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to enjoy this victory. You know, it was a tough fight against a future Hall of Famer. You know, go back, talk to my team, and see what's next.
Do you feel like the crowd at all?
Congratulations on your win, man. I just had to ask, you know, there's a lot of it was about family and your grandma and things like that. Yeah. You know, you did it. You fought Lomachenko, you're undisputed, you're defending your title. Just any message to your family, your grandma?
Oh, man, that fight was dedicated to my grandma. I had a cancer patch on my trunks with her initials on it. You know, I just think, alhamdulillah, I thank Allah for the victory. And, you know, just my team, my family being there to experience it with me. It's all a blessing. And, I thank you guys, all the media, for coming out. And on to the next. 30
Does it feel like you thought it'd feel beating Lomachenko?
It's surreal. It's a terrific game. Me being a fighter, me saying that I'm #1 pound for pound. Some fights, not every fight is going to be pretty. Some fights you got to show, you know, versatility and you know, different styles, and that's what's good about me is I can go through the fire, I can box, I can jab, I can invest in the body. I just show that, you know, me being a young vet in the game at 24 years old, that you know, I have experience in that ring.
And lastly for me, you know, I know 135, you've been making it for a long, long time, since you're 16 years old. Do you see yourself pursuing a rematch with Lomachenko next, or are you trying to move on?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of big fights in the 135-pound division. We just got to see what is next. Obviously, you know, every time no weight cut for me at 135 is easy. It takes a lot of discipline. I'm huge for the weight. I've been at 135 since I was 7 years old. So, you know, I'm just gonna go back and talk to my team, and we'll see what's next. Maybe we do a fight at 140 and see how I feel. And keep the belts at 135 and come back at 135 and defend against, you know, a fight that makes sense. Or, you know, we'll just see. We might just stay at 135, and, you know, if everything makes sense, then we'll defend at 135. But, you know, I proved myself tonight against, you know, a future Hall of Famer that I'm the guy in the weight class. So
Shakur Stevenson is the one person who continues to say your name. You got into the ring, you guys exchanged some words. What was said there, and do you see you and him crossing paths at some point?
Yeah, I just said that I'm number one. I just let him know that I'm number one, and that's what he said for now. But right now I'm number one. So
Bob ain't said his name.
I didn't. Yeah, Bob hasn't said his name at all.
Bob ain't said his name. My phone ain't ringing.
But of course, I've been very vocal about that. Me and Shakur are on a collision course. Whether it's at 135, whether it's at 140, whether it's at 147, we're definitely on a collision course, and we're definitely gonna get it on when the time is right.
Devin, congratulations. I have a question. Given everything you go through to make 135, which you've admitted, short of a fight against one of those names you mentioned, or Tank Davis or Shakur, if those fights are not possible, would you be more inclined just to move up to 140?
Yeah, you know, if I can't get those fights next, you know, or it doesn't make sense for it to be next, probably go to 140, test it out, see how I feel at the weight at 140, and then when the time is right, then, you know, I'll defend my belt at 135. we'll just see though. I gotta go back and talk with the team and see what makes the most sense. That's really all it boils down to. I'm very disciplined in the sport of boxing, in life in general. So that's how I've been able to make 135 for so long. But eventually, I'm gonna outgrow the weight, and it's getting to that point. But it makes sense. It makes sense.
Devin, first of all, great fight. And let me ask you this with all my respect. What can you tell about the people's reaction? Because the people start yelling that Loma win the fight. So the people knows boxing. And with all my respect, what can you tell about the people's reaction?
I mean, at the end of the day, the people can say what they want to say. The judges made a unanimous decision. That's all that matters is the judges. Each judge was on the same page when it came to that decision. So I got the victory.
Big Rich from Big Blood TV. Hey Devin, do you think you'll be a better fighter at 140 and hit harder at 140? Because you're already the best at 135. Ain't nobody touch you, no matter what they say. But at 140, you should be a better fighter.
Yeah, I mean, I think my body would relax more. I'll have more of my tank, being at 140. Like I said, I got to push myself during training camp. It's hard for me to even take one day off because I'm focusing on my weight and focusing on being disciplined. So I think at 140 I'll be even better.
One more for sure. We got Sean over there.
Hey, congratulations, Devin, on retaining the titles, man. Team Gervonta Davis, because everyone talks about you and Davis fighting. You got all the titles, you're the champ of the division, but they talk about being a draw too, to make a fight happen. We didn't get the pay-per-view numbers yet, but the fight was sold out tonight. It was a great crowd. Do you feel like, you answered the call when it comes on that aspect? And what do you think of that fight with Gervonta Davis, just in general?
Yeah, I mean, the numbers, I know when the numbers come out, the numbers did very well. Gate did very well. I proved that I'm a draw in the sport of boxing. Proved that the people want to see me. They come out, they support. And me and Tank is a massive fight, and it's going to happen sooner than later.
On that note, thank you everybody for joining us today.